The English language is full of intricacies. That is no secret among language specialists. As teachers on the subject, you have certainly come across the issue of explaining the difference between accept and accept. What about buy, and buy? And don't even get me started on the color and color spellings. Now hear me out. Although making these differences clear may seem very difficult and tedious using conventional means, by using the educational tools that are now at our disposal, we can help students understand them better than ever before. Hence, we present to you a tool in which translation, vocabulary, and pronunciation can all be covered online, also allowing students to take learning into their own hands if necessary.
Finding reliable applications to check pronunciation is always a challenge, so in this video we will talk about Linguee, a website that will make our lives way easier than before. If you have never used it, please take notes, and we urge you to implement it in your career as a teacher. First, we will describe the platform and its main objectives. Secondly, we will help you to access Linguee and present to you its most relevant functions. Thirdly, we will discuss some common doubts and typical misunderstandings regarding its use. And finally, examples of how to apply Linguee in your lessons. Let's get started. We'll begin by telling what's Linguee about. Linguee is an online website that works both as a dictionary and translator focused on the interaction between several languages, mainly the Spanish-English one. It is free, and if you want to, you can download its application for accessing it offline, and by this, avoiding the annoying ads.
As we said, Linguee is both a dictionary and a translator. Unlike Google Translator, Linguee is a platform that you can trust in, since professionals and experts use and recommend it. Linguee's main purpose is to help people discover the languages and cultures of their interest. Even though it's focused on English-Spanish translation, you can also find other languages such as French, German, Italian, Portuguese, Dutch, inter alia. This platform is for those who want to widen their input of a target language and, better yet, in a reliable way.
Accessing the website is as easy as 1, 2, 3. You simply have to type the URL address into your preferred internet browser, www.linguee.com. From there, you have a plethora of languages to choose from, as mentioned before. English to Spanish, English to German, English to French, so on and so forth. As well as having the exclusive option to translate from Spanish to English. The website also has a fully functional, phone-compatible format that allows for comfortable browsing on the go, not to mention the Linguee app found on both Android's Play Store and Apple's App Store, including additional offline functionality. Now, let me talk to you about the functions this website offers for English teaching. First, right in the main page, as soon as you enter the URL, you will find a box in which you can type all the words that troubled you, or that troubled your students in the case of a lesson, which gives you access to the translated word, its plural form in the target language, a sentence example in both languages, as well as different word formations that include it. Further down, you can find many other sentences including the word, taken directly from authentic sources, which helps to contextualize its meaning, understand its functions, and identify collocation or other words frequently used in tandem with it. Second, if you click on the Translator tab, you have the option to write phrases and full sentences, translating them into the target language, taking into account different context cues and structures, as well as some idioms as long as they appear in its database, which is all equipped to a machine translating motor. On top of this, the translator also accepts text-based files, such as Word, PowerPoint, and PDF files, to translate large texts. However, There is a paywall that locks some features such as accepting an unlimited extension of words and keeping the format of files untouched when translating. So do remember to keep an eye on that.
When you use Linguee for the first time, some questions may appear, such as, how do I spell this word? Do I want to look up for meaning? Or do I want to translate a word? Well, hopefully, Linguee is greatly equipped with features that can guide you through your searching. For instance, if you want to look up for a word that you don't know how to write exactly, Linguee will support you by offering the correction, so you just have to click on it and the search will be done. Besides, the platform offers you two main options: dictionary in case you desire to know further about meaning, and secondly, translator in case you need more precise interpreting. What's more, Linguee firstly provides you the most commonly used words, but it also offers you several less frequent vocabulary, which is great when it comes to widen your vocabulary and sound fancier.
Despite being really useful, we could misunderstand some functions of the platform, which would interfere with the search of meanings and pronunciations for several words. For instance, you may be looking for a too specific expression, idioms maybe, that may not be present in Lingue's database. Please remember that it is a dictionary and translator, not a genie in a bottle. Another aspect that we should take into account is the intuitive search engine, especially in your cell phones. Why? Well, this function is so fast that we could tap on the screen a different word that we are searching for without even acknowledging. Other issue that we could be dealing with is that we must be aware of the word's functions, as in most cases they could have more than one with the same spelling, and with this there could be changes in the pronunciation, like in the word insult, which is a noun, versus to insult, that is a verb. So please, before trying to check students' pronunciation with Linguee, they need to have at least little knowledge about distinguishing words' functions and their stress in order to avoid further misconceptions.
After introducing and learning how to use Linguee, the following question comes in. How can we teachers apply it in our lessons? Well, as far as our creativity leads us. For productive skills activities, we can use Linguee to widen students' input. Not only students, but also professors may appeal to it in order to increase vocabulary input so students get out of their comfort zone and start trying new words. For instance, if a script made by the students for a speaking activity contains a lot of repetition of certain words, we can use Linguee to avoid this repetition as the students learn and apply new synonyms. Furthermore, in the case of comprehension skills activities, Linguee is particularly useful to search all that unknown vocabulary of a text, avoiding loss of relevant information.
Summarizing, Linguee is a free website application that works as a dictionary and as a translator recommended by professionals. It works with many languages, but is mainly focused on the English-Spanish link. You can look up for meanings, pronunciations, equivalents for idiomatic expressions, word functions, specific and less common vocabulary, a great database, an intuitive search engine, and it can be highly fruitful for students to widen their lexicon. We urge you to implement it in your teacher career, as we mentioned in the example of how to use it in the classroom.
Circling back to the beginning of this tutorial, the never-ending onslaught of tools and platforms that the digital age has brought has simultaneously created dedicated online support for English teaching, or many other teaching subjects in general. Tools such as Linguee that are verifiably trustworthy serve to further improve a learner's experience and learning, also allowing teachers to make the most out of their lessons without being hindered by misunderstandings and misconceptions that previously affected this field significantly, such as the case of homophones and regional differences. We hope this tutorial was useful to you and keep on learning about different ways to teach. Goodbye!